Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Be My Own Boss Biz Talk Live show. I am your host, Shante R. Roddy. I'm so happy to be here. This is our first live broadcast, and we offer a platform for entrepreneurs and small business owners to really have an opportunity to share their journey, share their stories, to be able to inspire others to know that they can achieve their dreams and that they can start their own business. So we have our special guest today. Her name is Caren Fern. Caren, welcome to our show.
Hi, everybody.
And she is the owner of the Mindset Academy. So we welcome her onto this show, being our first guest. Caren, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do, what your company is?
Yes, as Shanti said, my company is the Money Mindset Academy, and it's an online school where you learn how to start a business and grow your business and continue make it profitable. One of the biggest things that I tap into people with is making sure they understand how to really manage their mind, because managing your mind really allows you to grow and blossom into anything you wanted to do. So that's a little bit about me. Business wise, personal wise, I'm a mom, a grandma, wife, and I've been in business for over 40 years. So I've been doing this quite a long time, the online space, in the last 5 to 6 years.
Awesome. That's super fantastic. And where are you based out of?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So you can do business with people all around the world, folks.
All around the world. Anywhere you are, we can do business.
Exactly. That's the great thing about technology and having an online business, is that you're not just held to your local community. You can serve all around the world if you choose to. So again, we thank you for being here. I thank you for being open and willing to share your story. So I'm going to get into asking some questions. We thank those of you who are joining us, all of you in the audience. If you come past this broadcast, please like and share. We want to hear your comments. If you have questions, we will try to address as many as we can during this live broadcast. And for any that we are not able to get to, we will definitely follow up with you to make sure that you get your questions answered. So the first question I want to ask you, Caren, is what do you think is the driving force behind you wanting to become an entrepreneur?
I'm going to be really honest. The beginning of my journey was money. Plain and simple. I needed money. And that started when I was 9 years old. I needed money to take the bus. And I had a choice between money and taking the transportation or eating. I chose eating, not realizing that my journey to school was 2.5 hours away. So after the first morning walk for 2.5 hours away, to school, I cried the whole way. But within 3 weeks, I came up with an idea of what to do to supplement and put money in my pocket. So although it was rough, it really started me on this journey.
That's super fantastic. So you were able to turn your challenge into a solution.
Yes.
And being able to make money. So that is super fantastic. What would you say, like right now, is your greatest aspiration in business?
My greatest right now is just to help people to get out of the poor mindset state and to know that everything that they need to do is within them. That's what I really want people to know. So that's why I really focus so much on money and mindset, because lots of us think money is our blockage, but truly it's our thinking pattern that's blocking us. Mm-hmm. And money showing up as the physical tool that is, making you think you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because, we talk about mindset all the time, and how important it is. But I don't know that everyone understands what that means. When we talk about your mindset, your thinking, having a shift, and how that translates over to your life and to your business. So can you expound on that a little bit for us to help entrepreneurs really understand the importance of having the right mindset to be able to take them to the next level of their business?
And so I'm glad you brought that up because it's true. Sometimes people say to me, what is mindset? And what it really means, we try to narrow it down and say mindset, but what it really means is whatever you focus on come about. And that is so true. So your job is to clear it first thing in the morning. I believe in God. Oh my God, excuse me. Take it off.
Yeah, that's the life of an entrepreneur. I had to put my phone on vibrate because they're always going off.
All my other phones off, but this specific one. Oh, I'm so sorry. This specific one just keep going at it because I got several phones. I work in my office and I have a couple of things happening at the same time. So I apologize on that. So back to mindset. It really means, and as I was saying, I believe in God. So for me, first thing in the morning, I have to thank him for waking me up. And so prayers, meditation, exercise. If you don't think that those things are important, you have started to move yourself in the opposite direction. And so your job is to decide what you're going to think about. That's what mindset is about. Anything that you decide you're going to focus on, you get more of. So if you're in a poor mind state, that's what's keep happening. You're making enough money just to pay the bills. You're making enough money just to buy something that you desired. You're just barely getting by, but you have to go beyond that. So what that means is, for some people, you might just have to read a lot of books, talk to a lot of people, and understand that, and get people out of where your bracket, whatever box you've put yourself in, because that's what we do. Whatever box you're in, you're going to have to break through and get to people who is where you want to be, and start talking to them and listening to the things they focus on and what they do. And it will help shift you if you don't know immediately how to do it. But if you, let's say you're in a place where, okay, there's nobody that you know that you can get to, then I want you to get out there and walk. Because once you move your left hand with your right foot and vice versa, thoughts come. Thoughts rarely come to you. And now your job is to act on those thoughts.
That's fantastic. The next thing I really want to propose to you or ask you is, when you hear the words, be my own boss, what does that mean to you? To be your own boss?
It means freedom. It means you're the director of your own ship, which we all are really, but we haven't decided we are. And I really think it stems from, we have parents and they help us along. And sometimes they themselves haven't figured out how to cut the string and said, here, take over and you do you. So then it's hard for you wanting to do this. Most of you want to, but part of you is being held hostage. So to be your own boss for me would mean freedom, allowing me to think for myself and doing all the things that I want to do that might not look as pretty to somebody else, but for me, I can do that.
Right. Now, based on where you are now and what you're doing, I know you said that you first started off because you had a need, there was a challenge, you needed to make money. But you've come a long way since then. So you've been like pretty much a lifelong entrepreneur, and you've evolved into this business that you have today. Would you say that you have been able to turn your passion into serving purposefully through your business?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think that's the most wonderful thing for me, anyways, that I get to turn needing money into helping people. And that also started early in life because people saw what I was doing from that tender age and start asking for my help. At the time, of course, I never called it coaching. I called it helping, period. I was just helping people, families. If you had a need and you reach out to me, I will come in. I'll check and see what you're doing or you're not doing, and I'll help you either set up a business or turn your business, get your business more profitable for you, show you the things you need to do on a regular basis and get you going and get you, seeing money coming in. And that's what I really start off doing. My first set of clients, if you will, were just free clients. Really and truly, they're just, there was a need and I buck up and help. And it made me so happy. And I feel so great that I can, help a family move from this path to the other path. And until today, this really just makes my heart sing when a client leaves me, or, even if we're just starting out and they're starting to see the results, I'm just so happy to know that I'm part of their puzzle, because I think life is a puzzle, and I'm really happy that people just allow me to be part of their puzzle.
I like that. Life is a puzzle, and they're giving you an opportunity to be a part of their puzzle, part of their process, in self-discovery, or moving their business in the direction so that they can achieve their goals. I really like that. That's great. What would you say is your biggest motivation?
I read that question. My biggest motivation, is everybody says family, but I feel my biggest motivation before family is just that I was allowed to know God from an early age. So I got blessed that way. And then, he allowed me to bless so much other people. And so that ties right into my kids, my sisters, my mom, my friends. Those people keep me wanting to be doing the best I can. So it motivates me every day that I know that I can get up. And every little tiny step I take, it helps somebody else. And so that keeps me motivated, because anytime I don't do, anytime I see I'm not doing, I can see where it has let down another. And it's sometimes it doesn't feel like it's directly that it happens, but over time you look back, you see how it affects others when you're not living up to your full potential. So it keeps me motivated.
I like that. That's so true. A lot of us as entrepreneurs and small business owners, we all have families, we have friends, we have colleagues, we have relationships, and those relationships are impacted whenever we get into business. Can you share with us, based on your experience in being an entrepreneur, how has that impacted your family and other relationships that you've had?
Yeah, and that's a really hard one, because as I said, I started young, so I never had that problem before, because when I first started out, of course, I was doing it for that, and I was helping family members, so they were my cheerleaders, and it was not a problem. But I got my boyfriend, and we got married, and we got children, and then I started understanding what it does to relationships. Right? It's really hard. It's hard on the person. If you're married to somebody who is not an entrepreneur and who is job focused and career in that sense, they don't understand ups and downs and in and out, and can really be stressful. And I know lots of us don't want to talk about it, but it's one of the hardest things that you'll ever do, because if you went to university and you had a family, you and your family went to university, even though you're the one that studied and they paid a penalty. And same with entrepreneurship. When you're in a relationship, when you're married, or if you just have a relationship where you're still dating, it's hard, because your time is so valuable that you can spend the extensive time with them, and people really get upset with you. I know for me, one of the things I really have to do is sit everybody down. Now I've taken a break on that, but I used to have monthly meetings with my family, and we'll just discuss what's happening, what's worrying, what's going on, so that we could address it. Did that help every time? No. But I knew that what I needed to do, and the journey that God has got me on, I can't take a break because they're upset with me. I can just explain, and hopefully we can get through and get past it. And so it's a continuous journey. It doesn't just end. And so money, and the other thing I want to say is, some people say if you're making enough money, I've heard that in groups, but if you're making enough money, it doesn't solve the problem. You have to keep addressing it, because when you grow, more is expected of you, and you have to keep addressing this subject.
Exactly. And you hit on a great point. And I always say how important effective communication is to resolving the majority of problems that you may have, or misunderstandings that you may have, because entrepreneurship is a challenge, and it does impact the relationships you have. So it's so important to acknowledge that and be able to address it and talk about it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. And what would you say to someone that doesn't necessarily have that support system? What would be your recommendation to them so that they can surround themselves with people that are going to help support them in their goals to be in business?
If you don't have friends and family to really cheer you on, you're going to have to be your biggest cheerleader. Matter of fact, you should be that regardless. So you're going to have to cheer you on. And the way I like to tell people to do that, my clients and just regular people, when I was in college, one of the things I did was put a lot of postage, 3x4, all over my wall, and just remind me even right now when I brush my teeth in the morning, the first thing I see is a list of I ams, I am, I'm great, I'm blessed, I am authentic, and all the other words that really powerful for me is sitting there. So I get to see it daily. Every time I go to the washroom, it's there to remind me. And you want to have reminders. And then you want to go out of yourself and maybe go tell somebody those things too. So that, because when you tell people, it comes back at you, three, 4 times. So the things that you want, really and truly, go do it for somebody else. Go cheer somebody on. Go help somebody in some capacity. Put a flyer up. Go to the bus shed. Even if you're driving, take the bus every now and then and meet new people. Take the subway and meet new people and just have a conversation with them.
That's fantastic. So that's great, because I believe in that too. You have to be a self-motivated, and you have to be your biggest cheerleader, because the vision that you've been given, that is God-given, the gifts that you have, and not a lot of other people won't necessarily understand that.
Yes.
And so they may not know how to be a support to
right.
you. So you need to be open enough to be able to let people know how they can be a support. And that can be tough for us entrepreneurs.
For sure.
Let people know. And then just know that what God has put inside of you, and let that motivate you. Let that be the driving force behind you. Keep moving forward, and then surround yourself with people that believe in the vision that you have. So, very good. So I want to move on over and talk about some challenges, because we all know that we go through them.
Oh yeah.
So what would you say has been your greatest challenge as an entrepreneur?
My greatest challenge as I got older was, because I guess the first half was me just revving up and ready to go. And I didn't even see challenges then, to be honest. I did not see challenges. I know they were there, but I couldn't see them. I was blindfolded in the force I was going with. And I was born in Guyana, South America. So North America was new challenges. I just had never experienced those sort of challenges, And so some of the biggest challenges was that everybody had a job, and nobody could understand that, hey, I want to just do my own thing. They're like, what's wrong with you? Like, just get a job and pay your bills. And I was like, that's not happening. I spent my whole life running my whole life. I've never had a job. And I was 26 and I just had never been in the workforce. So I don't know what that looks like. So that was a big eye-opener and a big challenge for me. And I had to get to work because that's the way it was. But, I kept focused on what I needed to do. And just that people didn't understand and believe that I could do what I set out to do. So that was a big challenge on my mind and just my physicality and everything. And one of the things I really want to say is, when you're being challenged within and your mind and everything, it makes you do a lot of things physically that you can see. So I ate a lot. And I gained a lot of weight. I was a skinny gal. I never weighed more than 125 pounds. And here I was at 165 because I just eat my way through the feelings, because there's just nobody to tell this to.
Yes.
I eat my way through my feelings, and I go to put on a dress one day and I couldn't fit into the dress. I'm like, what did I do? That's when I started noticing, I was just burying it down because there's just nobody to talk to about this.
Right. So I know I can definitely relate to that. And we as entrepreneurs, we need a support system. We need people that we can talk to. And one of the biggest challenges that I see that I'm trying to help us get out of and overcome is being isolated as entrepreneurs and business owners, because it wears on our health.
It does.
And it's so important that we come together, because we can learn a lot from each other. We can be that support for each other and that help for each other. So it's so important to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs and business owners who are going through the same things that you are, or they have gone through those things. So that is so important. And it's so important that we acknowledge that challenges happen, because sometimes people make entrepreneurship seem like it's just this whole big fantasy, and it's so easy. It is not for the faint of heart.
Nope.
So there are definitely challenges, obstacles, barriers that you have to overcome as a business owner. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that with us, Caren. So we talked about challenges. Now I want to know about your biggest success thus far. What would you say that is? Tell us about it.
I think my biggest success is, I keep saying it, my biggest success is that I get to coach people. Because I had several different businesses at different times. I owned a daycare. I still own my cleaning company. I'd own a boutique, and that still surfaces in the background. And I've owned several things. But I get to take all of that stuff and package it up to help others. So my big success to date, business-wise, is that I get to take the tested and true and experienced thing and teach it to others so that if they take action, they can actually be successful. Personally, it's my family. I've gotten to raise, all my kids are adults now. This year, my last son turned 18, so everybody's an adult. And I get to raise beautiful human beings that is, really happy people. And yes, they've got their challenges too, but I feel blessed that I get to do that. So
that's awesome. And so how would you define success for yourself?
For myself, I feel success means, for me, peace. If the first thing, it's this peace that I feel within, that alone is my success. My family, money, yes, I'm not going to shift that to the side because sometimes we don't want to acknowledge that. But being able to earn a living and beyond is successful for me, and I get to do that earlier on and continue to do that. And even my failures are part of my successes because they taught me so much. You can't get to any stage without failing, or call it a learning curve or whatever. So for me, success really means the peace, the people around me, the friends and family, business people, all those things rolled up into one. My finances, making sure they're in order, all those things are my successes.
That's awesome. Now, when we talk about success, because everyone defines success differently. So I just want people to understand what success looks like for one person doesn't necessarily mean that's what success looks like for someone else.
Right.
And so I want entrepreneurs and business owners to try to get out of the mindset of comparing your successes to other people's success.
Right.
So if you are happy, healthy, you're providing a great service, you are fulfilling your purpose, that is success.
It is. It really is.
It really is. And like you said, failure, all that is are learning opportunities.
Yes.
So to be in a position where you can say you failed at something, that means that you are creative, that you are an innovator.
Yes.
Okay? So that makes you special, right there.
I agree, right there.
Because believe it or not, there are many people that cannot say that are fearful of even failing. So they don't even try. The fact that you try, that you are creative and you are innovative enough to take a chance on an opportunity, to have faith and to take that leap, I want you to make sure that you congratulate yourself, because you should be congratulated, because that takes courage to be able to do. So don't take that lightly. That is big. So no matter what milestones you're or part of the process you're in, if you're in it, if you're in the ring, you are successful.
Yes, just being in the ring. You're so right. Just being in the ring. Yeah.
Exactly.
It takes guts to climb into the ring.
Exactly. And I want people to know that it does. So pat yourself on the back. Okay. So with that said, do you believe that there is a particular formula or steps that people should take to become successful in business?
I do think there is sort of a formula. I mean, everybody does their own thing, but I do think there's sort of a formula. And the first thing is you have to believe in yourself with 1,000%. No matter what faults you think you have to believe in yourself. And you have to understand that business is a job. that you have to take action in consistently. And then you got to practice, practice, practice. You got to practice in all areas of your geniuses. And that's how you honestly and truly work it. So the formula is you believe in you like nobody else can. If somebody tell you I believe in you 110, you believe in you 200%. And know that everything that's happening along your journey is just preparing you for the next step. Every new thing, every client that say no to you is so that you can understand and internalize the feeling of no and figure out what to do with that feeling and move on. And so you have to do that. The next thing, you have to understand that it's a job. When you get to work in your business, it's a job. Don't take it lightly. You don't go lie down. You don't go sit. You don't go hide. You actually do the job. And most entrepreneurs don't want to do the job. And that's the technician part of you, if you will, or the creative. And if you're knitter or you're sewer, maybe you love doing that. But then here comes the other part. You got to sell your stuff. If not, you're not in business. So that part of your journey you might not like, which means you need to sell every day until it is so ingrained in you that you can talk to me and sell me anything without trying to sell me it, because that's your job. Now go back and practice that. Practice it, practice it, practice it. When you get really good at it, write it out, write a script for yourself, write a book about it, go back and read it, and then practice again for the new things that's going to come your way. That's how you really succeed in life.
That is so good. You hit on so many good points. And they're all great, but believe in yourself. So I wrote that down.
Yes,
you have to believe. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to work it at this. Yes. So practice makes perfect. So you want to perfect your craft. You have to work it.
You have to work it. Okay, let's correct that one. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes you better. That's makes all it does, because perfect is God. We are not perfect, so it makes you better. Practice makes you better. We are imperfect human beings, and practice makes you better. So you have to keep practicing, because as soon as you practice on how to make $1 million and you're there, you now need to practice how to grow that $1 million, because if you spend a penny from it, it's less than $1 million. As a matter of fact, if you make $1 million, by the time you pay taxes and X, Y, and Z, you're still not a millionaire. So you got to practice how to make $2 million, and you got to keep practicing your craft, whatever that is.
That is so great. So keep practicing your craft, everybody. Yes. That's important. And take your business seriously, and put the effort in. Don't treat it like a hobby. So I wanted to make, because that's what she said. So you have to put the work in. And so you're always in preparation. This is a process. So you're always evolving and being prepared for the next step. And the next step is a higher level. So they keep more challenging. So I want you to know that I don't think I've ever done anything in my career in life where God took me to the next level and it was not harder.
Yes.
There were not more challenges or more barriers to overcome.
Yes.
So be prepared for that. But at the end of the day, it's all for your benefit. So one of the last questions I want to ask you is, if you had a magic wand and you could change anything in the world, what would you change?
The main thing I would change is helping people to get out of a poor state of mind. Because sometimes people think being poor makes you poor, but it's a state of mind. Some people are filthy rich, but they're still poor in their mind. And so they're grabbing, they're saving and investing and doing a whole bunch of things, but they're still thinking poorly. And that poor state of mind is really, sometimes it's good, but most time it's not good, just because decisions that you make when you're living in that poor state of mind. It allows you to do things that if you were living richly, and richly, again, doesn't only mean money, just richly in your behavior, in your friendships. You're not greedy with your friendships in terms of time or spending or whatever that looks like for you. You're not greedy with your family. Again, not only money, but with your time, what you do for them. Cooking somebody food to eat is understanding how rich you're a rich state of mind to cook somebody a plate of food. I know people don't see it that way, But cooks really should understand that when you bake something for somebody, I was a baker. My first business was catering. And so I was a baker, I did all the bakes and snacks and that sort of stuff. And I had stores that sold to me. But to take a Sunday and just invite people over and bake. Once a year, I invite all my customers and they would come, and them and their kids, and they'll just feast. I would just feel so blessed that I just get to cook for them. And I took that tradition and I brought it over here. I'm in Canada now, so once a year I do a big party. Nobody's birthday or anything. It's just a big party, friends and family. If you're a client of mine, you're invited, and you come and eat, and we chatter, and we shake our leg a little bit. This is me giving back, so that's all I mean. You're giving back, you're in the community, you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. The back of mind, you want to do it, but sometimes you hear you can't. I want you to kick that away and just go ahead and do it. Big or small, just do it.
Awesome. And for aspiring entrepreneurs or any entrepreneur that it may be challenged and thinking that they're going to give up, what would be your one tip or advice for those?
Just do the next thing that comes to mind. Don't worry about everything else that you got to do. Just the one thing. One of the biggest things I like to tell people, I know it's going to sound like it's going slow like a turtle, but just do 3 main things a day. 3 for personal and 3 for business, whatever that is. So if you're working on learning how to do email sequence, just do the email sequence. Write on your Facebook page or your Instagram, whatever that might be, and reach out to somebody in Messenger and tell them something. That's 3 things that you've done for your business. That's it. Don't worry about what you hear everybody else say. Just do those 3 main things if that was main for you. It could be anything. And then, by day 5, and you're comfortable now, you might want to present an offer by day 5, because you've been doing these 3 things. So at day 5, that's 15 things you've done for the week, and now you're ready to present to somebody. Why? Because we're here to sell, and you've got to sell. So you're marketing yourself all along, and then now you're selling. And don't worry with everything that you have to do. It'll get done. Put it on the calendar, right? Make sure things are up on your wall. I know we're all technology based these days, and everybody's crazy about, Asana or whatever. And listen, I'm not telling you not to use it, but what I'm telling you is when it's something about putting a pen or paper or pencil in your hand and starting to write, that right flow like it wouldn't when you hit the keys. So you think about that and you write it up and you get it on your wall, and you're here and you're like panicking. I need to pay this. I need to pay this. I need to pay this. How is doing the email going to help me pay this bill? Well, more bills will come. I want you to think about, how much do I need to save this week? How much do I need to invest this week? Put on the wall beside the bills too. So the focus is split, and it's not only sitting on the, I need to pay this bill, or, get this money to do the things that you're going to do for the rest of your life once you're alive. It's pay bills.
Yeah. Yeah, I so agree. I have like notebooks everywhere.
Yes.
I write down everything. And you're so right. It's a totally different experience from typing on the laptop or the computer versus actually writing, putting pen to paper.
Yes.
You're right. And I know that's so helpful for me. So, Caren, we thank you for coming on our show. I want you to share with the audience where they can get in contact with you if they need any of your services.
You can find me everywhere at Island Girl Hustle. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I'm there on Island Girl Hustle. That's where I came from. And so that's the name I started branding myself this year with. So it's Island Girl Hustle everywhere. Coach Caren. I'm a money mindset coach, and I help you understand how your mind works, how to develop it in a positive manner, and what to do with your money, how to make it, and then what to do with it once it's in your pocket. So that's the sort of thing I do as a coach. Awesome. Thank you for allowing me to come and share a little bit of my story.
Well, thank you so much, Caren, for joining us, the Money Mindset Coach. Okay, so I love that. So if you need coaching in that area, please reach out to Caren. She told you where you can find her. We thank you for tuning in today. Again, you have tuned in to the Be My Own Boss Biz Talk live show. We broadcast live on Thursdays at 1 p.m. If you are interested in being a guest, we'd love to have you. Please visit us online at www.bmobbiz.com. BeMyOwnBossExpo.com, and you can apply there. We look forward to seeing you on next week's show, where we bring you another entrepreneur, small business owner to share their stories. And again, this is about sharing stories that will empower you and inspire you to achieve and live your dreams. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, you all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.